Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing this Bosen ILF Longbow. The specs of this bow is 40 pounds at 64 inches. I believe it comes with a 17-inch riser made from Bosen, and they're XL limbs. These limbs are made out of carbon and foam. First off, I would like to thank Bosen for sending me this bow. I'm not getting paid to review this. I'm just giving my pure and honest opinions on it. Like I did say, it is a 64-inch, just longbow limbs. I don't know if you can see them very well there. Not recurved. They do have a lot of curve compared to an average reflex defects longbow. And if you were curious, I will leave the link to these in the description just because why not? They come in carbon, which these are, or fiberglass, which I'm sure the fiberglass ones are good as well, but these, I really do like the limbs. I've spent maybe a month now with this bow. I shot it off and on the whole time. I really do enjoy it. I will keep in mind that there are definitely some things you like to upgrade if you do buy one of these. Like for example, the string here, I think it's a D97. It might be a fast flight, I don't remember exactly. It's Flemish twist, you can see. Got some silencers on it. It comes with a typical just Dacron, something cheaper string that has a lot of stretch to it. It shoots fine, but if you want to actually have a higher performance and probably want to hunt with it or anything, I would recommend a Flemish twist fast flight of some sort, because it does have reinforced limb tips, and so you should be able to handle any type of string like that. As you can see, I also added a quiver. It's a Selway strap-on quiver. It's nothing too crazy. It's a nice quiver, but out of the box, this bow was very loud. I'll put a couple clips in here and show you the difference between now and then. Even then, these ILF bows are louder than your typical wooden recurve or longbow, even after I did all the silencing stuff I did to it. Because I did add some O-rings in here in the limb pockets, or whatever they want to call them. I'm not a real big into ILF bows. I just really wanted to try one out, and Bosen was a group that decided they would send me one. So I am definitely pleased with it. Like I've really been wanting an ILF 40-pound-ish, well, exactly 40-pound bow, just to have a nice bow to shoot constantly and work on my form. I do hunt with a 50-pound bow typically, maybe 60 on occasion, but those are not nearly as fun to shoot as this bow. And pure accuracy-wise, this has been my most accurate bow I've had. And I'm not sure if it's the way it's set up or if it's just that it's lighter, but for me, this has been a very nice bow. I do have a couple complaints about it. It's not game breaking at all, and some people might prefer it that way. This bow comes with a little strike plates here. They're little, I think they were a bear rest or something. I changed them out. My feathers were getting caught in it. But you cannot add, if you can see, you cannot add like a plunger sight or anything. It only comes with being able to shoot it off the rest. I did change the material, like I said. But even that, it's not working great, so I need to come up with a better type material for it. I'm sure that I should probably order something and it'd probably work better, but these little Velcro pieces are working good enough for now. And the good other part is I have been shooting this bow, like I said. I don't have any arrows for it exactly. These are just 400 spine with like 225 grains up front or something along the lines of that, maybe a little more. Can't remember. But either way, 400 spine with a 40-pound bow. It's working. I had them bare shafted okay, you know, it shoots well enough to shoot. I even had my broadheads on flying perfect, but every so often, I think it's a false reading of some sort because it doesn't shoot great all the time, but it could be my form as well. But I would probably recommend trying it out if you were gonna buy something like this, buying extra arrows of some sort, maybe a test kit from where the Three Rivers has stuff like that. Maybe some, but I'd probably think 500 would be working better for this for me, but I'm not 100% sure. This is a 64-inch longbow with 40-pound limbs at 28 inches, and I draw about 29, so it's safe to assume I'm pulling 41-ish pounds. I have tested on a scale. It is typically right around 41 for me. But it does, I don't know if you guys have all shot ILF bows, I'm assuming, or if you are looking to get into one. Just in my experience with this bow, it's not the cheapest bow you can buy or the most expensive one, but it is loud out of the box. I'm assuming that's something to do with the way these fit in. There's obviously gonna be wiggle room. I will take it apart and record and show you videos on the side of this as well, not just gonna be this. But with the way these clip in here, I think the vibration of it's loud. There's probably some material you can put in between this area here, and it probably quieted down. I have it, like I said earlier, an O-ring in here, and it sounds not terrible, but it's definitely the loudest bow I have after I did all my silencing stuff to it. Okay, I'm going to show you the difference in the sound between this bow and my Montana. Both longbows, both 64 inches. One's ILF, one's just a laminate bow. Here is the Bosen. It was a little loud, but I also just restrung it, so that might be just temporary. Let me try again. I'll just shoot these 3 arrows real quick for you. Rushing my shots a little bit, but I'm also trying to listen. But it's definitely plucking louder than my other bow does. You can keep it even. I kept the same arrows for it. But you can hear it. It does make a pretty loud pluck. Well, here's the Montana. Might even miss the target after I shoot one of them. It's a hard time going back and forth. See, I almost missed that. But it's definitely quieter because this bow shoots to the left compared to that bow. I also am not focused. I'm focused on listening for some reason. Let's see if I can shoot a little better this time. See, that's better. Had to focus up. But you can hear this one's definitely quieter than the Bosen. Just to show you real quick, the bend of the limbs, how it ends there compared to that. Definitely have a different profile. They definitely both shoot different too, different grips. Compare them. The grip does feel pretty nice. I mean, it's different than shooting my Bear Montana. It's a totally different type of grip, so I'm still getting used to it. But accuracy-wise and consistency-wise, this has been a very consistent bow for me. And for the price, I want to say these sell for around $400 or so. Limbs, they sell the limbs separate too. You can just buy the limbs if you have an ILF riser you prefer. But I believe the limbs they sell come in 3 different sizes. I don't know if it's a medium, large, and extra large, something along the lines of that. And I think with this 17-inch riser, these would be the extra large limbs, which you do have to special order from them if you are. I think they normally come in stock at 62-inch to overall bow. But it's pretty accurate on the weight wise it says 40 pounds at 28. At 28, I think mine is drawing 39. But you can also mess with tiller bolts and stuff along the lines of that, which I don't remember. I think mine are not quite back the whole way down, or no, my tiller bolts are the whole way down, so it can't get any heavier than that, but you can loosen them up and get a little bit lighter of a draw weight with it. But accuracy-wise, for a Chinese type bow, these are definitely better because, I mean, like I said, 40 pounds at 64 inches at 20-inch draw, it still is drawing about that. I have a Samick Sage, which is another cheaper bow, which is way cheaper than this, and I have a pair of limbs for that are 45 pounds, and at 29 inches what I draw at, they're drawing 57 pounds, so that is not ideal. But this, from just my experience here, what they say they're coming with is what it is, and that is exactly what you would like, because nobody wants to buy a bow at 40 pounds and have it be in the 50s. I do plan on maybe taking this hunting this year. 40 pounds is a little bit light, but it's definitely good enough with a heavy setup like I have on here with a good single blade broadhead, cut on contact, sharp. And it doesn't really shoot that much slower than my 50-pound bow. And if I can shoot it more accurately, which I have been able to most days, it might be worth taking out. But for certain, it will be my backup bow if anything does go wrong with my other bow. It seems like every year I hunt, something happens where I got to be tweaking with stuff and changing it up. And if I got to do it this year, maybe I'll just pull out this one instead. And I think the riser sections, whenever you buy these, come in 2 different colors. This one is the olive green. They also come with a black option. I thought I wanted the black one, but after they sent me this olive green, it really does look nice. I do think this is missing some bells and whistles that a normal ILF bow would have, but in reality, if you just want to shoot off the shelf and not break the bend completely, this would be a great option. And if you're just wanting to shoot with it, even better for the fiberglass option. I'm going to say that one is a good bit cheaper with the fiberglass limbs than the carbon ones. I'm sure the fiberglass ones will shoot just fine as well. If you want to shoot off the shelf, have an ILF where you can change the limbs. You could get a set of recurve limbs for this and put it on instead of these longbow ones and have a little bit more speed. And there'd be nothing wrong with it because it is an ILF setup, like I said. And overall, it really does have a nice feel to it. When you draw back, draw cycle's nice. I don't know if that's the bow or the weight of it compared to me shooting other ones, but even compared to my other 50-pound bow, just the cycle of it feels way smoother. I don't know if it's the length, the way they deflex, or what it is, but I really do enjoy shooting this bow. It is by far my favorite bow to just come out here and shoot. But on their website, this bow exactly is $380, and if you get the fiberglass limbs instead, it's $199, which is quite a cheap bow, in reality, for being able to swap out everything. And if you do want to hunt with it, get a hunting set of limbs. They come all the way from 25 pounds to 55 pounds, but you can even set up a request for a different weight bow if you wanted to go up to, say, 70 pounds for some reason. You could do that from them. They have options for you to create your own weight and length, I believe. Don't hold me on both of those, but I believe that's the way it is. Because like I said, I'm not being sponsored by them. It's just a bow they sent me. And in the package, this thing, when it came in, it had a nice... It came with a stringer, which I actually really do like the stringer. It has become my everyday stringer. My other stringer doesn't work for this bow in general because that one has a little canvas edge and a little rubber thing on here, and it doesn't slide at all on this. I don't know if any of you guys have any stringers. I think my other one's leather or something along the lines of that, and it slides when I try to string this bow with it. So it was definitely nice that they sent a stringer with it because I would not have been able to do it with that one. But another thing about these carbon limbs that I've never thought, these really bend. I'm assuming they're supposed to do that. I don't know a lot about it. It's my first set of carbon limbs like this. But I know a lot of times after the first string up, it'll pluck really loudly after you shoot, but it wears in and shoots a lot better and quieter. I don't know if that's a me issue. I think I have the tiller set to around 8.5, 8 inches, or somewhere in there. Whatever the recommendation is. It says all that online. But overall, for the price of this bow, I would 100% recommend it. I have one qualm with it, like I said, because when I wanted an ILF bow, I wanted one I could shoot off a rest. So that's the only thing. Maybe one of these days I will upgrade the riser, but the limbs, for sure, I would recommend. Very accurate, pretty fast for what they are. The grip of the riser isn't really that bad either. It's this little, I guess it's plastic of some sort, an aluminum riser. But the shelf, I mean, this handle is comfortable. It's easy to, you can feel where your hand's supposed to go in that. It's different than any other bow I've shot. But like I said, I haven't shot ILF bows. I've shot wooden bows, wood and laminate bows. But really, my only complaints are how loud it is when you shoot and that I can't use a rest. There are places you could put a sight on here. That's really about it on the riser. There's not a lot going on to it. You could put a stabilizer in it if you wanted. I don't shoot like that. I just shoot off the shelf with my glove, you know, that's shoot, that's it. Nothing fancy going on here at all. But just for a simple, somewhat cost-effective ILF bow, this with the longbow limbs especially. Not many companies make longbow limbs. That's what I enjoy, shooting longbows over recurves. So for that, I will say 100% recommend the limbs. Once again, I would like to thank Bosen for sending me this bow. I will link them in the description. Check it out if you'd like, if you were interested in an ILF bow, or because they do sell recurve limbs on here as well. And they sell different risers too if you wanted a higher dollar riser and you can pair it up with these limbs or any of their limbs they have on their site. Or mostly any limb, ILF limb in general, you could probably pair with this. But if you guys did enjoy this review, just let me know below and I will review the other bows I have. I still have one more video at least coming out of my 2025 bow setup, which is going to be the Bear Montana longbow. If I can get it shooting exactly how I want it, because I did change the string on that, got new arrows and everything else again. So I'm going to try that out and see if it works, and if not, this will be my hunting bow. But if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe below if you enjoyed. There will be a playlist on the end screen here. Look forward to some hunting videos coming up. I'm going to have some older hunting videos I didn't get to last year, and then it's going to be, obviously, our bow season here in West Virginia starts 2 weekends from now, I believe. I'm not sure when this video will be out, but soon I will be hunting in the woods. So stick around if you guys want to watch that, and thank you for watching.